It was good.
What was your impressions of everything in general?
I'd say it was fun. I'd say it was just like old times, like being with the staff and everything like that. I knew all of them, most of them. I would say from being at Oregon, where my dad is and everything like that. So it was almost like kind of like a family reunion, everything like that. It just feels like home here because it's like almost like it's actually family here because you know these guys so well, you know what they're about, you know how they're going to take care of you. So I think it was really good. It was a really good visit.
What shocked you about this trip,
Shocking? Nothing. I
or
almost like
surprised you?
surprising. I would say like yeah, they have top notch. They're top notch in everything, whether it's like academics, athletics, in all every single sport, things like that, like nutrition, strength and conditioning, things like that. So like they're top notch in everything like that, and they're one of those programs that like the fans and everyone like they're expected to like make a run for that top for those like that playoff spot like every single year. So that's like just really cool.
Coming in the visit, how interested were you in them, at FSU? I mean, was there a solid amount of interest, or was it kind of did they get in there late with you?
I'll say it was a solid amount of interest. I mean, I think anywhere you take an official visit to, you're like solidly interested in them, and like you only get five, and then most of the people like by the time like I've been offered by a lot of schools, so for this to be one of my five, I think it shows that I'm really considering Florida State.
What was Coach Taggart's message to you when you got to talk to him?
Coach Taggart's message, like Coach Taggart's like the staff here, like Coach Taggart, like Coach David Kelly, like they're more like uncles to me sometimes more than like actual like coach. Sometimes his thing was like, okay, like of course I want you and everything like that, and he definitely pitched that he wants me to be part of it and he wants me to come and compete and things like that. But his main thing was mainly just come here or don't. But if you wherever you go, make sure it's the right place for you. Make sure it's a good fit. You got to make sure you pick the right place. So it wasn't necessarily like, oh, you really need to come here. Blah blah. It was more like make sure you pick the best place for you because he cares about me and things like that. Because it's more than just football with the staff.
One guy that you hadn't, or I guess maybe didn't have as good of a relationship was Coach Bell. Just how did you hit it off with him, and just what are your thoughts on him?
I think it was fantastic with Coach Bell. I mean, we only really talked on the phone. I mean, he came to watch me throw once, but like in order for me to like really like be sold on this university, I had to definitely like sit down and talk and hang out with my position coach. And I feel like I did that these past couple of days, and I feel like it's been great. He's a great guy, great coach. Being in a meeting with him, talking to him about things that I can improve on, things that I'm good at now, and things like that. It's just really eye-opening, and he knows football, and he's just a real good coach.
Just having a relationship with them back to when they were at Oregon and now, did you have to be sold on the offense, or you talk about your fit into their offense and just how you feel you fit into it?
I'd say offense. I think it's a fit. It's more so like a fit about the actual school itself.
Yeah.
And the location, everything like that. So that's mainly what I was feeling. Everything with the football aspect, with like the coach staff. I already knew Coach Tiger's offense and everything like that. So just a matter of that, I'd known all of that already. So it was mainly just like a fit of like the location, the environment, and everything that's here, and it's great. It's fantastic.
Increased feelings now that you've officially visited there. How are you feeling about FSU now?
I like them. Same, like really strong about them. Feel really good about them. Same with a couple of other officials. I just got to go back home, talk about it with talk about it with my family, talk about it with my coach, everyone, close friends, and everything like that, and then see where it goes from there.
Do you have a timeline?
No, I don't. I mean, what I know is what I'm going to commit. I'm trying to get it done before the season.
Okay.
But if I don't get it done by the season, then I'll just keep on. Just got to pray on it, things like that. Like I'm sure a sign will come soon. So that's what I'm really waiting on.
Mike, talk about their presentation to you about academics, because we know Will is really big on that. What kind of things did he tell you? What kind of things you find out about their academics?
Well, the standard here is a 3.0, and that's like the team standard, like overall. So I feel that's like a real like kind of thing about accountability. Like everyone has to do their part, and getting 3.0, it's like you do your part. If everyone has 3.0, then like the average cumulative will definitely be a 3.0 for the team. So that was definitely eye-opening because the thing with Coach Taggart, one of the things he really likes is accountability and competition. Accountability and competition. He loves competing and he loves holding people accountable. I feel like that's really what makes a team. Plus the bond that the brotherhood here that they have is real good.
What did you measure in at?
I measured in at 6'3", 202, 202.7. I was big, broke 200. It's been a while. I mean, last time I was here, I was like a freshman. I was like maybe 165, something like that.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I was a little skinny.
Yeah,
skinny
you're a lot
looking.
thicker when we saw you at the camp.
Oh yeah.
Right. What was the difference between this visit and kind of that one?
This one was a lot more serious, actually. Like, it's really getting to that point where, like, you need to start making a decision and really start thinking about it. Then it was kind of like I came to camp, toured everything like that, talked to Coach Fisher when he was here. So it's a lot more serious now because, like, then they were like, okay, well, like, 90% sure you're not going to commit as a freshman. Like, here they're like, okay, like, we really want you. Like, it's getting to that time. Like, signing day is going to come soon. Like, it's going to come really soon. So I say that was the biggest difference between here and now.
Florida State already has a quarterback committed in for the class. How does that affect you?
I think it doesn't affect me at all. I mean, anywhere you go, you got to commit. Not commit, but, like, compete. Anywhere you go, you got to compete. And just competition, I think, is something that makes me better. The higher the competition, the better I'm competing against, like, the better player I can be. So I think that doesn't really, like, it doesn't scare me away or anything of that matter.
We know you went to Miami and you seem to love it really there. They've been on you really hard. There was a rumor afterwards that the FSU visit's just going to be, I'm just going there for a courtesy. Yeah, how did you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like, I don't.
Is that true?
No.
Okay.
Like, if the media doesn't have something, I guess that was like kind of like an example. Like, they don't have something, they'll kind of make one, because, like, it was a weird thing because I hadn't talked to anyone like from Miami's media, like, at all. So, like, I don't get how like they couldn't even, like, twist my words of saying something like that when I didn't, like, talk to any of them. So I was like,
But you're serious about FSU, obviously.
Yes, I wouldn't take an official here. Like, I would have, like, I was in Miami. Like, if it was a courtesy visit, I would have just paid and flew here. And said hi.
Are they the leader going into this stuff, or do you have one yet?
I don't necessarily have a leader. I'd say I'll also take an official too. Are all great.
Okay.
Like them a lot. I'd say it's just definitely going to be one of these schools. One of the schools I'm taking an official to is definitely going to be one of the ones I choose. I still have one more official, so I don't know where that's going to be yet, but I'm not sure. I'm not Oregon State's really been pushing. I'm really interested in Oregon State right now also, back home, so that's kind of like another school that I'm looking at.
Cool. Can I get a headshot from you?